Okay, we finna get started. Amazing. So, Alessia, you made those cookies. You know how to cook? You know how to clean? You know how to wash and iron? You know how to make quilts? Check. What kind of woman doesn't know how to make a quilt? What? What kind of mother? What kind of woman has a mother who never taught her to make quilts? You know how to make quilts? You know how to make quilts? You know how to make quilts? Who? See? You made a quilt?
Yeah, it was a class project.
See that? Instead of the women making them, men are making them.
About 30 seconds.
Well, it's okay. Nick doesn't need it. Good morning. Welcome to Fellowship. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you all so much for being with me. You can get involved by going to our YouTube chat line, and Hank will pass on the questions or comments to me. I do appreciate it. It's a beautiful morning in LA. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's amazing. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. How's everybody? Good. Why you guys, you don't want to come up front? No. Who threw that water out from that chair? That's your water?
This one's mine.
And who other water?
Ryan.
Who is Ryan?
Ryan Moon.
Oh, thank you. Nice. Everybody doing well? Any questions or comments? Yes, Raymond.
I believe you may have heard this before from other people, but I think I know the main reason why it's hard to commit yourself to the silent prayer because when, these are one of the few times you have to make time. You actually have to make time to be alone with the Father.
Yeah.
Every morning and every night, and it's the nighttime that. Or because you're pretty low on energy.
And you have to be willing to be alone, to live alone, to be alone. Absolutely. Amazing.
Yes.
I saw this discussion about, and I wrote it down so I don't forget. Is it called whole milk?
Raw milk.
Raw milk. Anybody ever heard of raw milk? You've heard of it. What is raw milk?
Non-pasteurized.
And what is non-pasteurized?
Well, that pasteurization is a process that they came up with, I guess, for bacteria and things.
For bacteria?
Yeah, supposedly. And
Oh, it's supposed to prevent bacteria from getting into the milk?
yeah, I'm not 100%, but I think
Anybody
that's
know
what
exactly what it is?
So
It's a cooking process.
A cooking process.
Cooks the milk so that it
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of cooking process that
That they
cooks the
put
milk.
into the milk?
No, they cook the milk and then they cool it back down. But I think pasteurization is a cooking process that kills off bacteria.
Oh.
so raw milk would be not that process.
Yeah, it hasn't been cooked basically.
Why do they need to make raw milk pasteurized milk?
So it's shelf life, transport, mass production, so it doesn't spoil, and it doesn't make people sick. They'll have lawsuits and things because bacteria will grow in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there's a school of thought that the raw milk has more nutrients and things because it's not pasteurized.
Right. Which is better for you, raw milk or pasteurized milk?
All things being
Raw.
equal, yeah, raw milk. If it's, there's going to be circumstances where it's not better. Like, for example, if you don't have a local dairy, that's probably ideal, right?
Oh,
If it's
okay.
going on a truck, you probably want pasteurized milk. To be fair.
Amazing. Yes,
Just Google a video of a dairy farm and you'll see why we need pasteurization.
why?
There's their dung everywhere.
There's what?
The cow dung is everywhere.
And what's wrong with that?
You don't want to eat that.
Well, a human being eat dog dung now. Human being own dogs, animals. The dog it's when it takes a dump, a bathroom move, the dog clean its butt with the tongue, and some kind of way. And then the dog go right over and kiss the owner on the lips. So why can't you have dog milk?
Because of bacteria that gets you sick.
Oh, ain't no bacteria in the dog.
That's different, Jesse.
Oh, that's different.
That's my family member.
What a mess, huh? Yes, Frankie.
So they started doing that years ago, but the natural milk is what you grew up on. You had natural milk, you know, and it's got all kinds of different bacteria. It's supposed to be really, really good for you, and so they basically boil it away and strip everything out of it, kill all the good bacteria, and to try to get the bad bacteria because they're so bad, you know, and on top of all the the injections they give the cows, so
But why do they give the cows injections?
because they're
The earth is created for natural health stuff for the cows. You know what I mean? They have grass, they have that hay stuff we grow for them and all that.
Cows
they don't
naturally-
need bacteria. Shots.
Cows naturally give milk a certain time in their lives when they
Right.
have babies, but they breed these cows to give milk year round.
I think it's a money thing.
It is money.
I really do. I was thinking about this because I saw this little ad about milk. And as you know, I grew up on a plantation, so every morning I had to go out and milk the cow before I had to go to the pasture, bring the cows up, and it's like 6 in the morning, sometimes 5:30 to 6. And then we have to bring the cows in, you have to milk them, then you feed them some hay, and then you put them back out. And that milk was so good, sometimes I'd be milking the cow. You ever milked a cow? Oh my God. You have not lived until. And then sometimes I drink the milk while I'm milking. Because the milk would be warm and sweet and tasty. And then we'd take it home and we would drink it or save it, make buttermilk from it, or butter and all that. And that milk is much better for you than this stuff in the store, because when I moved to LA, we started drinking milk from the store. That milk would make me sick on the stomach. It didn't work for me. But I never had a problem with milk before growing up. And so why have you all accepted the pasteurized milk? I remember one day you brought a bottle, because when I went to Indiana, they used to deliver milk to the house, the milkman, in a bottled glass like the bottle you had. And don't say the name of the place, but where did you get that milk from? Was it from a regular store?
No, it was, it's a little store that's connected to the factory.
Oh,
So that's where they ship it out. And where I live, they still, I guess, they have some rules that they don't want to follow. Because they think that you're stripping the milk of its nutrients. So that's how come it's not everywhere, but yeah.
that's insane. It's amazing what America will accept. Milk is good for you straight from the cow. And don't worry about the dung around the milk, around the cow. What the?
Well, you didn't have to worry because you saw the cow. You knew where you saw the milk coming out, and no Mexican worker. You didn't have to worry about a Mexican worker and dung. And that milk that she gave us was pasteurized. Because, man,
It was
come on.
pasteurized?
It's so that's why they were wanting to close them down because they're not pasteurizing it as much as the others. So there is some pasteurization, but it's not to the extreme.
Amazing. Okay. Yes, sir.
So I've bred a lot of livestock, and so I had goat's milk for like probably the past 5 years.
Goat's milk?
Goat's milk, basically fresh goat's milk just about every day.
Right.
Sometimes I would even take some instant coffee and put it right in there with it. It makes like a little foamy cappuccino type thing.
Yeah.
But I noticed that I could have a glass of goat's milk and it would be like a meal for me. I would literally be totally energized. I could go work for another
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours. And you were asking about why do we accept it? I don't accept it. So now when I'm here, I don't drink milk anymore because
Me
of that.
either.
Because there's just no point to it, you know? But everyone always uses the catchphrase of superfood, but raw milk, whether it's from a cow or from a goat, to me, that's like a real superfood.
Nice. I only bring the milk you bring us in the bottle. It's delicious. Did you take care of business? You don't have to say what it is if you don't want to, but I've been thinking of you since the meeting.
So after the meeting, that meeting was really tough for me, but in a good way.
The women's forum, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was tough for you. Why?
Because you said some stuff to me that like, it just hit me in a way where I'm just like, oh my, I felt like my dad was, you know, coming down on me real hard, and I was like, damn. So
I thought you had gotten mad and moved over to Europe with your son.
I was so close. I was like, I'm out of here. No, I'm kidding. But just the words that you spoke to me, it was intense, obviously. I was supposed to do it on Friday, what I was supposed to do, but whatever. The moment didn't present itself. So I actually plan on doing it tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I plan on doing it. I actually, like, for the past, 3 weeks, I've been sitting in the sun. I literally have been sitting in my hell. But I think last week was where I felt like a butterfly, where I came out and I'm like, okay, I could do this. So I'm actually doing it tonight.
Nice.
It's been, I mean, I'll say a lot more at Women's Forum.
Right.
But it was hell after Women's, and just coming out and seeing the sun. I know this is so ridiculous the way I'm saying it, but coming out to the sunshine, it
No, it's
feels
not ridiculous. I know
good.
exactly what you mean.
It is such a beautiful feeling. The way you came down on me, I really wanted to cry, when I was up there.
Yeah.
But I felt like I needed that. I really did. Everything that I felt, everything that I was holding on to, it was just kind of like butter slipping off. Literally. So it was good. Thank you.
It doesn't make sense anymore for us to just have meetings and not really deal with the devil.
Yeah.
You know, it's a waste of time. And people come too far for it. We can't play with the devil anymore this year. He's not playing. So we can't play with him.
Yeah.
No more playing with the devil. Really. Got to say no to him. Did you tell your husband what happened? It's
Kind
okay
of.
this time if you told him. 'Cause I
I
knew.
kind of did. I didn't go into details,
Right.
but I did tell him, I'm like, Jesse made me feel like I was scum under his shoe.
Right.
So that's where he's like, damn. He's like, are you okay? And I was, for 2 weeks, I was like, I felt like I was in a dark room and I was just beating myself up, and then I had to stop doing that. It was just like it was like a process.
Yeah.
It was an insane process for me. So I didn't really say too much. I didn't give him too much detail.
I figured you would about that since it
Yeah.
was so shocking and
Yeah.
all that. So it was
Yeah.
okay for that particular thing.
It didn't go into great detail, but I did tell him, I'm like, I was under Jesse's shoe for
And was he
a
like,
while.
thank God?
Yes, he did say that. He's like, you needed that. He's
Yeah.
like, you really needed that wake up call, and I did.
Yeah.
I did. I really did need it. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Well, stay with it.
I will.
Stay with it. Stay
Yeah.
with it. No matter what.
I will.
I'm glad you didn't move to Europe with your son. I was like, you probably packed up and gone to Europe.
So close, but no, not yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
The devil wants you to.
And I feel that. I
Yeah.
really do feel those little attacks like just this past week, I felt those little attacks, and I was telling him, I was in the car with my son, and just little attacks that I had to sit in my hell. And I told Zeke, I said, kid, you gotta go in the house. I'll walk in a bit. And I sat there, and I'm
Right
just
on.
like sitting in my hell, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fall.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fall for this. Like, I know I want to, and I want to start saying things and reacting, and I can see it. That was another thing. Like, I could see myself reacting. Like, this feeling was rising in me that I'm like, oh no. So I had to sit in it, and it was like sick to my stomach almost. It was
Nice.
nasty.
You got to sit in it. You got to
Yeah.
live with it. You got to take it. You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
You have to be with it.
Yeah,
And the devil will have a fit.
I see that.
He really will.
I see
This is
it.
why most people give up. They don't want to go through that hell.
That's exactly what keeps me pushing. Because I'm like, okay, I know this is a time where I probably would have given up. It's easy to give up.
Yeah.
And to give in to those feelings, to give in to those thoughts,
Yeah.
those emotions. And I was so close to like giving in because I felt like this rise in me and like my eyes were tearing. And I'm like, first off, I don't cry like that. And
When she's crying,
she's lying.
she's lying.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, no, the devil's really trying to play me so hard right now.
Absolutely.
So we got home, and I told my son, I was like, all right, Zeke, step out. He's like looking at me like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm good. Step out.
Nice.
And he's like, okay. So I'm in the car, and I'm just like, almost like a feeling of like just wanting to scream and like do all these things, but I'm like, no. I'm physically, it was uncomfortable for me to sit in that hell.
Right on.
Like extremely uncomfortable. But I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. So yeah.
Nice.
And it was supposed to be Friday night. Didn't happen, but tonight I can't let it pass.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you call me the N-word that night?
No, I didn't actually.
I can hear you then.
No, I was able to.
Here.
Well, no, I was in the car, and I was like, I didn't.
Oh, you said it in the car?
Yeah, no. It was part. It was a thought, maybe.
Derek was called nigger. Did they call Derek nigger? Did they call you
Little
nigger
coon.
or Uncle Tom? A coon. He finally made it.
Oh, he did
He's
it.
a coon.
Snap, snaps, clap, clap. Got it.
Derek like, I'm gonna call my mama. I'm a coon. Nice.
Yep.
Well, stay with it. Let it die. You got to go through the death.
Yeah,
You really do.
yeah.
And most people cannot go through the death. They won't take it all the way. Go all the way. You haven't seen anything yet. It's gonna get worse. Just FYI.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But stay with it. All right.
I will.
Amazing.
It is.
Any questions?
No, I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna just save a lot. I'm gonna save most of it for women's.
Oh, okay.
So there's a
Nice.
lot that I'm just like, well, I'll talk to you after church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's a
Amazing.
lot that's like in
You
me that I'm
a
like,
mess.
tell me about it. I know. I am.
How you been dealing with this mess? You haven't, huh, until now.
I think that's a good question. I think it's a lot of staying present. From my perspective, staying present. And a lot of it in my mind started going, I told you so. I've been told you to do this.
Right
Go
on.
face it. But I think it's the message is different when the person is ready. I forgot how the saying go. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Right.
And I think now that she's ready, she's going to be able to face it in her way.
Oh yeah, she's ready.
So in my perspective, I'm just watching what's going on within me, and I see what's going on within her, and I just have to battle what's going on inside.
Right on.
And
Amazing.
that's it.
Nice. I can tell you're changing. You're wearing beads.
Oh, thank you.
Classy women wear beads.
Okay.
I saw some older women the other day, white women. You know how white women with money, they all classy. And they had beads on. I was like, right on.
Yep.
That's from the old school.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Everything's good.
And when you say you're doing well, it means what? What are you overcoming or have overcome?
My thoughts. I've been present, doing the silent prayer every morning, every night, during the day. Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing.
And so you're doing better.
Oh yeah,
Right on.
100%.
What have you realized about yourself you didn't know before?
That I was a piece of crap, and I didn't know how deep it went and how
Right.
deep it goes.
Yes.
So yeah.
Right on.
You think you're something you're really not until situations pop up, and you're like, boom.
Right on. Are you a rapper?
No, I rap pallets.
Why you got that thing on you? That black thing around your neck?
This?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's beads.
It's bees?
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, I thought it was rap.
No. It's just
Okay.
beads.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let me ask, how many of you have ever dated? You have never dated? The lady in the back? Did you raise it? You've never dated before?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And did you raise your hand? And everybody else raised their hand, right? How about everybody here dated before? Everybody here dated before? You've dated. How about over here? Who been married before and are married now? Okay. When you were dating, you're married now, right? When you were dating, how did it go? Hold on for the mic. This is so good. Get ready.
How did it go? I don't understand. How did it go? Just
How did it go? How was it? Dating.
how was it dating? Okay. It was like me always wanting to be around.
I'm sorry?
Me always wanting to be around.
Around the woman you were dating?
Yeah.
Or women that you at the time?
Right.
And why did you always want to be around them?
I guess I didn't know any better. Couldn't see, was lost. Always thought that I needed to be around a female.
Speak up for me.
Felt like I always needed to be around a female.
And why?
I don't know. I don't know why. It just was something in me that that made me feel that way. And it's the same, it's the same female. I've been with my wife since
So what
almost
now?
30 years. So
Is what?
I say I've been with my wife for almost 30 years. So that's the
And you
last
said it's
person
the
I dated.
same?
Yeah. No. I mean, meaning the same person.
Oh.
So
So the woman you were dating at the time was the woman you felt like you always wanted to be around?
In
Or
the
other
beginning,
women
yeah.
too?
well, they weren't women, or they weren't adults.
They
then,
weren't women?
because we were.
Oh, I mean
They weren't
females.
adult females.
Okay.
Yeah, they were, teenagers at the time.
And
'Cause
you
my
felt
wife-
like you wanted to always be around
yeah,
some
yeah.
woman?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And how is it, you still have that feeling?
No.
And how is it being married in that condition?
What condition? The wanting to be around. Before it was hell, because I would always look to her for something, and I would stand on my own, but it would always be during an argument or situations. It would sometimes get to me, and talks of leaving. I'm like, oh no, don't leave. Let's do something about it. So it was always a lot of beta back then.
It was beta back there. But this is before you woke up.
Yeah. for
And
sure.
how is it now for you?
Now it's, I just, I don't need anything. I deal with with situations that occur, whether it's my wife or my youngest daughter, and it's not as important as I made it back then. It's definitely, it's night and day, complete opposite of what it used to be.
And how is she dealing with that now that you need her less?
It's not, she doesn't handle it well.
Meaning
She
what?
thinks I can see she still believes that I should be the way I used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just not, that's just not the way it is. That's not the way it should have been in the beginning.
Right.
And that's not it.
And why did you marry this particular woman, the one you have?
Well, we had our first child out of wedlock, and I wanted to make sure my daughter saw her mother and I together, married, and that she was, I guess, be around that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and after that, we just, no matter what, I'd always make sure that we would stay together.
So are you going to keep her?
Yeah, I'm a keeper. I'm a keeper, yeah.
You're going to keep her? The young lady way in the back, there's some empty seat up here. Everybody watching why she comes. Let's judge her. Come on, her hair don't look good. Coat, winter, no, play. Isn't that better? Instead of being way in the corner back there. Okay, the young lady way in the back. Yeah. What was it like for you when you were dating?
Awful.
Awful?
Yeah.
And what do you mean by that?
I was just never I can't say that I had a good experience dating anybody. It was always a struggle.
An example of the struggle is what?
I wanted more. They wanted, the maturity wasn't there on both sides. And so after a while, I would just end it, because most of the time they were I'm not saying they were afraid to end it, but they just didn't want to deal with it or were waiting for me to do it. So I would oblige them and take care of it.
Amazing.
Just walk away.
When you were dating and you went from man to man to man to man to man, and then you became a slut, and you went to man. Were you surprised that every man you met was the same? First of all, did you think that the next man was different from the next man, from the other man?
To be honest, I kind of did. I did and I didn't. There were some that I caught on real quickly that they were in worse shape than I was, I thought. But I always, at the end of the day, I kind of was blaming it on myself. Hey, you don't have to go out with this guy. You're doing it. You're the one who's continuing it. And then I said, well, maybe something's wrong with me. I kind of always knew something was wrong with me too. But I didn't know how to fix it, and I couldn't even pinpoint what it was. So it was we seen the hell in each other, I guess. That's and we kept it going for as long as we could, and then
What did you,
move on.
long story short, and because of time, what did you want from the man or man that you were dating?
I thought I wanted love, just plain and simple love. I just wanted someone to genuinely care about my well-being and put me first, and not necessarily make me their God, but just someone to genuinely show me that they cared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to get that from them. They didn't care about themselves, much less me. So
And so are you married now?
Yeah, I am married.
And what is it like being married? How long you been married?
14 years.
14 years. What is it like being married? And do you have the man that you wanted?
Well, when I got married, okay, it's hard. There's still a struggle.
In what way?
The struggle is that I went into this marriage kind of like, I kind of like said, you know, if we're not going to get married, we shouldn't live together. And he said, well, I don't want to get married because I never want to get a divorce. And I said, okay, well, I wouldn't want to go into this anticipating a divorce. So we got married, but it wasn't like, I forced it on him, I think. I forced it on him.
And why?
Because at the time I was going to church, and I put it in my head that God probably doesn't appreciate what I'm doing, living this way. And but I was kind of caught up in religion.
And so did you think God wanted you to force him?
No, I think that it was like either well, piss or get off the pot. I think like that's either we're going to do it or we're not. Like let's just live separate lives if we're not going to take the next step, because we were already together like for 5 years at that point.
Amazing.
Yeah. So but I do feel like I kind of forced him into it. I forced him into making that decision when he, as a man, should have come to me and said, "Hey, I want to marry you," even though he gave me a ring, but I was wearing a ring with no commitment.
That's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
And so are you disappointed you're married to this one?
I'm not disappointed, Jesse, because I realized the state of mind that I went into it with. So I kind of don't want to blame him, and I don't want to blame myself.
He's not to blame, yeah.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Right.
And I don't want to blame myself for it either. I was lost and asleep, and I'm waking up now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is he waking up too?
I really can't say that I know for sure if he is. I've seen some things change about him, but there's also things that I could see he's struggling with things too, and
Right.
maybe not ready to deal with those things.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. The young lady next to you. You're dating now, right?
I do date.
And how is it for you dating? You're like a millennial, right?
Yeah.
How is it dating now?
It's ugly.
It's ugly?
Yeah.
In what way?
I find that I keep running into a lot of the same people, different guys, same problems. I'm not sure if that's just a reflection of me and what I keep choosing, but just doesn't seem like anybody really wants to make a relationship like last or put the work in. They're definitely. If I thought it was hard before this, I just only been coming here a couple months. It's going to be harder after this because now I'm seeing a lot of different things, and you can't. Once you see the truth, it's really hard to go back. So, yeah.
What do you want from them?
It's different now, but
Before working on
before
yourself.
now, I wanted someone to.
And
just,
when you were dating, you went from dating this guy to that one.
Yeah.
To that one.
Yes.
To that
yes.
one.
Being a slut. Yes.
To that one. And then you became a slut. What a mess. What did you want from them?
Well, in my hood rat days, as you would say.
What a hood rat.
Yeah. I really just wanted someone to be so in love with me. Like, I wanted them to be obsessed with me, like I would be obsessed with them, and we just be interconnected, like beyond just surface things. And I wanted to really be understood by someone and just really accepted, I guess.
Why did you pick the same kind of man every time?
Because
the same type of man.
Probably because I wasn't ready to be like emotionally mature and open, so I kept looking for this, like, oh, do we like the same music? Do they have long hair? Like just stupid stuff that
Right.
I thought was important, and it wasn't.
Amazing, huh?
I know. Now I don't even know what I'm looking for at this point. Like, I don't know what I should be looking for in a partner. I don't know what marriage looks like anymore. Like a lot of things have changed for me that I'm kind of just like about dating, like kind of just because I don't know what I'm looking for or anything.
And so what is it like knowing that you may never get married, you may be too old for children in another year or two?
You're right, because I'm 35, so it might be.
No, I'm just saying. Sarah was 99, Abraham was 100. So you got time.
Yeah.
But what is it like knowing that you may not ever get married?
It's kind of been depressing lately coming to terms with that because I have been thinking about that a lot. That might not happen for me. So
Right.
what is going to be my plan? There's no plan. It's just to kind of just, but it still makes me sad to just enjoy my life by myself and with my family.
So you okay with being a childless woman?
I would, I know you probably wouldn't like this, but I would be willing to be with somebody that had a kid already because I do
Whoa.
love kids.
You're
Yeah.
desperate.
Desperado. Yeah. No, I mean,
amazing.
I understand the challenges that come with that, but it's so hard because I come from a single mom. So,
Yeah.
and I'm great.
You great?
So, I'm just kidding. I thought I was.
Right.
I know I'm not.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
The young man next to you looking for a woman. Will you take that one? Will you take him? He has no children, never been married before, and a beta. No, I'm playing. Have you dated before?
Yes.
And what has it been like for you dating?
I mean, really good. I was doing and getting what I wanted out of it.
And what did you want from it? What were you doing?
I was casually dating when I moved to San Diego here, or down there. So you don't take it too seriously. You don't have any long-term goals for where the relationship's going to go. You just have your fun and live your life.
And you were getting what you wanted from that?
Yes.
Okay.
Until I stopped wanting that.
So you stopped wanting it?
Yeah.
And it started with an S?
Some of that. Yeah.
That's all it was?
No, that's not all it was.
What else did
right?
you
Because
want?
you want to take trips, and it's nice to have somebody to go with you. Or,
Oh, I forgot you white. Black people don't want to take trips. Oh, you want to take a trip, go on a boat?
yeah, go camping. Go do stuff.
That's amazing.
Sometimes it's fun to have somebody with you. Sometimes it's fun to do it alone.
Really? And so do you plan to get married one day? Do you want to get married one day?
I'd say like 2 or 3 years ago, it started becoming more appealing of a concept than it was before that. Yeah.
And so is it appealing right now?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Meet Liz. No, I'm playing.
No, around October, I decided, done dating for a while. I need to get right with God first.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll get back into the game.
Right on.
After I figure some things out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to move a little faster. Let me see. The young lady right here in the brown jacket. Yes. Have you dated a lot?
Not a lot. I don't go. When I get in relationships, it's a slow process for me.
So when you were growing up, when you were dating, how was it and what were you looking for? What were you looking for?
Dating is an awkward process.
So what else?
It's an awkward process. To start over with somebody from the beginning, the dating market isn't easy to get into. I think also because feminism is a big one.
No, but let me ask, when you were dating, what were you looking for?
What was I looking for?
Yeah, from men.
I didn't know what I wanted at the time.
So you didn't know what you were looking for?
I've always wanted a traditional relationship, a traditional dynamic where I can cater to my husband and tend to kids. That's my ideal.
So when you were growing up and before you got older to start working on yourself, you were thinking to yourself, I want a traditional relationship?
I've always felt that way in my heart.
Really?
Yes.
And why?
It's just been my instinct of what's right is right. And that's always been the dynamic that I've wanted with men, with a husband in my life is what I've always wanted.
And so why would you get involved with the same man after man
I
after
can't
man?
say I've gotten involved with the same man. I've kind of attracted the 2 guys I've ever dated were kind of different. They weren't bad guys though.
You've only dated 2 guys in your whole life?
I've gone on maybe a few, but like 2 real relationships in my life. Yeah.
And what did you want from them?
More traditional, but they also didn't know what their values were at the time too. So we were kind of just immature, not bad people, not bad guys. When I look back in hindsight, these guys actually had really nice qualities about them. They had good values, but at the time we just were incompatible and immature.
Oh.
But not bad guys.
And are you married now?
Not yet.
And why not?
The dating market is tough. I don't get approached very often by guys.
You
Honestly, no, not very often.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a really sad dating market. It really is sad. Why would
Really?
guys want to approach most women? It's not feasible. It's not even logical most of the time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You looking for a man?
Oh yeah.
And when you look for a man, where do you look?
I'm trying not to look.
But when you do look, where are you looking?
I go to church.
You go to church and look for a man?
Actually, no. I'm making myself visible in a safe space where but fundamental values, I know what I'm working with. I don't want to date a feminist guy, a guy that's, a beta. I want a real man.
And so you think you're going to find a real one at church?
You'd be. There's a lot of good guys there.
At church?
Yeah, a lot of good white traditional guys.
White?
Yeah. We need more white babies.
What a racist. Okay. So you want to get married?
Absolutely. That's my purpose.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah.
The young lady in front of you, can I ask her? Because you're not going to like what she said. Will you stay with her?
I'll take
All right. I'm asking your husband permission on this one.
Okay.
When you were dating before marriage, what were you looking for from men, and where did you look?
Well, it was really hard for me because, I got married really young.
How young?
I was 20. And then...
And had you dated other guys up
No.
to that point?
No.
You had not dated anyone?
No.
Oh. And so...
But then after I left Zeke's dad... No, I didn't. But I can tell you that I did go hunting and I found him, so...
You found that one?
I sure did. I sure did.
And where did you look?
We met in we had mutual friends.
Oh, okay.
But he was a massive slut maker, so I was like keeping an eye out, a good eye. A good eye, and I had to shoot my shot.
And when you married him, were you disappointed?
Absolutely.
It wasn't what you thought he was?
No.
Mean it. Well,
He
don't
was
say
a-
too much. I want y'all to stay together.
But Jesse, you have like a little skit on his beta-ness, so that's all I can say. He was like real beta.
He was beta.
Very.
And why did you marry a beta?
Because he had a lot of like resemblance of my dad, and I really liked that. But then when I got married, I was like, good Lord, what did I do?
Yeah.
So it was.
The daughter's laughing.
Yeah. It was hard because when we got married, we lived with his mama.
You live with his mama?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah.
Why did you marry a man knowing that you're going to live with his mama?
Well, it wasn't like that. We got a house, and then it was a duplex, and I didn't want to go visit his mom where she was living because it was the hood. And I said, maybe it would be a good idea if she moved in the back house. And I did that.
Why did he need to be so close to his mama?
I don't know.
Or see her that often?
She lived there.
What?
She lived in the back, so.
But when she was living in the hood, why did you just leave her in the hood?
I should have left her in the hood.
Right.
I should have, yeah.
What? And
Yeah.
so you kept him. Why? When you found out he was beta, what made you stay with him?
Because I actually did love him. I thought I don't know, I fell in love with him. And I had never been in love with anybody the way I loved him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep him?
Yeah. I literally think about that all the time. I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm like, okay, he's a keeper, so we're here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Why did you marry her, and where did you find her?
It sounds so cliche, but it just felt right at the moment. I was young. I really loved the way she was, the way she treated Zeke, good mother, because that's something that I've always wanted, to have a woman that's a good mother, because many women are very selfish.
Right.
And they only care about themselves. They want to go to work, and she's very traditional in that regard.
And after you married her and you found out she was a beta, did you want to throw her back?
Yes.
You-
I did.
And why?
At the time, I thought I wanted her to, I had very high expectations of what I wanted from her. So she wasn't meeting my expectations. So at the time, she was making me upset in my mind. She made me upset. She was, irritable and fights and everything in between.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to ask the ladies in the back, where did you look for your guys and where did you find them? Both, either one of them. Where do you look when you're looking for guys?
I meet them anywhere, everywhere, anywhere. The lunchroom at work, just.
Do you meet them online?
No,
too?
I have in the past, but the last few years I don't like online dating.
But you have met them online?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
Didn't like what I found.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you meet the guys you were dating?
Sometimes at a nightclub.
Where?
At a nightclub.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Those were very short-lived. They were
Right.
short-lived.
Of course.
No. I can't admit to that because that's not what happened. But some were at work. Sometimes I met people shopping. It's just, we have random places.
Nice. Because they didn't have computers when you were dating, right?
No.
Computer
There
didn't-
was computers, Jesse, but there wasn't online dating or anything like that.
No online
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah, so
Right.
it was more natural, I guess I would say.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to move fast, real fast now. The young man in the back. Do you date?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You. You don't date?
No, not
Have you
recently.
dated?
In the past, I have, yeah.
And what were you looking for when you were dating in a woman?
Obviously the S word.
Yeah.
And to fulfill my ego, looking for mama, really. So.
But at the time when you were not thinking you were looking for mama, right?
At the time, I had no idea.
Okay, so what were you looking for at the time when you look back on it?
Something to, I don't know how to explain it, but I guess, it's like a burning hole inside that I wanted to go away, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Like, I guess loneliness, get rid of the loneliness. There we go.
Loneliness.
Yeah.
And how was it different? So where were you find them?
I guess my first girlfriend was at church, so,
At church?
And it was a mess.
It was a
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So do you plan to get married one day, have children and all that?
I've always wanted that, but I don't really care anymore.
You don't care?
I don't really care anymore.
Have you dated online too?
I've attempted it, but it failed terribly. So.
It failed?
Yeah.
In what way?
No responses, I guess.
Oh, nobody responded to it?
Yeah, they don't like me much.
Did you get your money back?
No, they took my money, man.
Can you get your money back online if nobody shows up? No? What a mess.
Yeah.
You lost your money and no woman.
I know, right? Dang.
Let me do this. The young lady, the black woman. Have you dated a lot?
No.
Have you dated?
Yes.
Yes. And what were you looking for in men when you were dating?
I don't know if I was looking for anything per se. I just met people, got close to them, and then.
You said what now?
I don't remember looking for anything.
So when you were dating, you were not looking for anything?
No, I just met people and got to know them.
As a young woman, you just got to know them? You didn't want
Yeah.
anything from them?
No.
So what was the purpose of dating?
They were interested in me, so
They were interested in you?
yeah.
But you were not interested in them.
I was there, so the friendships developed as I wasn't thinking so much about dating per se, but just meaningful relationships.
And what's a meaningful relationship?
What appeared to it appear meaningful relationships, like if it appeared to be valuable to the other.
To be what now?
To the other, to the person.
To be valuable to the other.
Yes.
And what does that mean?
Like, let's say somebody needed someone to talk to, and I'm like, okay, well, you can talk to me. Something like that.
Did your boyfriends talk to you about things?
Yes.
Oh, they did. And so you're not married now, right?
No.
Do you plan to get married?
I don't have a plan, but if it happens,
But
great.
you would like to get married?
Yeah, it would be great.
Okay. And when you do look for a boyfriend, where do you look?
Again, I don't know if I've really looked, but when I think listening to some people, you try out checking online.
Checking online?
Yeah.
Like, let me check Google.
Yeah, let's see.
See if a man available.
So maybe, no, more like maybe I'm not doing what I need to do. So let me try something. That kind of mentality. Then you're like, no, that's not me. So
I'm not doing what I need to do to get a man. So let me check online.
So let me try what people tend to say is working. Then you're like, it's not working for me. So
Right.
yeah, something like that.
And did you find one online?
No.
You get your money back?
I didn't pay.
Oh, you went the cheap way.
Yeah.
She went the DEI way. Nice.
You
Good
don't
for
have
you.
to pay. I don't think you have to pay.
So what now?
You don't have to pay.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You can go online and find somebody for free?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That must be a messed up person. They don't even charge. Okay. The young man way in the back. Have you dated before?
Yes, I have.
And what were you looking for when you were dating?
I guess maybe simply put, to put my energy into something.
You want to put I'm looking for a woman because I want to put my energy into her?
Yeah, I guess I was, or maybe still am, a very romantic, quote unquote, person.
A romantic political person?
Not political, just romantic.
Oh. What does that mean? How you romantic?
I feel like maybe simply put, I would muse women a lot. I don't know, I like the idea of sort of witnessing their presence. I never really wanted to change them at all. I just kind of I like what I'm seeing. I just want to see more, pretty much. And I like complimenting women. I like sort of seeing them.
You like what?
I like just sort of seeing them, witnessing them, telling them what I see. That kind
Wow,
of
so
stuff.
you like, stand over that corner, let me just look at you.
I would say I was maybe a professional beta or something, but
What the? And so are you married?
no, I'm not.
You ain't gonna never get married, buddy.
Probably not, no.
Not that way. You
No.
know these women today.
I come from the bottom. I'll probably stay there.
So I'm sorry, where do you look when you look for them?
It's maybe tricky. I would go out a lot, but I wasn't really looking for anything. I don't know. I mean, I go to yoga a lot. I feel like I get
You would go where?
yoga a lot. I always was looking for somebody that had some kind of peace. So anywhere I found peace is where I would be looking.
Are you married now?
No, I'm not.
Do you plan to get married? Would you like to get married one day?
I feel like I dreamed of getting married my whole life, but now I'm kind of a little dead to it.
And why?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's for me anymore.
How do you feel knowing you're never going to get married?
It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
But you're going to die lonely.
That's fine.
You're not going to have anybody to look at.
I mean, I'm not sweating it as much anymore. It just seems kind of like I just had to accept it, and that was maybe my journey.
And what made you? Are you giving up on it, or wait? Have you given up or given up on it?
I'm in the process of giving up on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing. You feel sad about it?
Only when I talk to people about it do I actually think about it, but otherwise I'm not really.
So right now you're feeling pretty sad.
Yeah, I'm crying on the inside. But otherwise, I'm totally fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you? Did you date? Have you dated a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah, for a long time, yeah.
And what type of woman were you looking for? What were you looking for in them?
Just S and attraction, physical attraction. I didn't really have many needs other than that.
You just had 2 needs.
Yeah.
And how did it go for you while you were dating?
It was a lot of it was hit and miss, a lot of miss.
And why?
Because I wasn't really able to connect or stay present. I was unconscious.
But before you knew about consciousness, why were you hitting and missing?
Well, I lived at home with my mom, so I was pretty beta, and I didn't have a great job. So those are 2 things that are pretty important to women.
Yeah, because they need your money.
Yeah.
No money, no hitting and missing. Amazing. Are you still living with your mother?
No.
Oh, good.
I'm in a relationship right now, too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
And how's that going?
It's amazing.
And when did you find her?
I found her just while I was out, while I was handing out flyers for my band, and I just like went up to her and started talking to her.
For your band?
Yeah, just on
Okay.
the street, just random lady.
And you told her I have a band?
Yeah.
And
I was
she's
like,
like,
"Why don't
well, I'm going to follow you.
Yeah, yeah.
So is she with you because of the band, or is she with you because
No,
she
no. The band went nowhere, but
I bet you were pretty disappointed, huh?
yeah.
And so how's that going now?
It's
The
great.
date?
We live together. We've been together for about 8 years now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why haven't you married her?
Because we don't really plan on having kids or anything. So, and we're just kind of, I don't know. That's just a decision we just really haven't really talked about it.
Oh, and so why be with her if you don't want to have children? What's the purpose of living with her? Well, we already know.
Just a companion, someone to go through life with.
You can get a dog.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. Well, maybe not nowadays. So you just have her for a companion?
Well, it's not because I have her as a companion. It's just it's very organic. We live
Organic
together.
like milk?
Yeah, it's not pasteurized.
So you don't want to be lonely?
Well, no. I don't mind being alone.
You don't?
No.
And how about her?
She might not like being alone.
Amazing. Okay. That's something else. Yes, Raymond.
I like to state that I never dated because I know I'm a terrible person and would not wish that on any woman, no matter who she is.
What a mess. So are you like 50 now?
66.
Wow. And you never dated your whole life?
No.
What's that like?
It's exactly what I deserve.
Really? You deserve to be alone.
Yes, because like I say, I'm a terrible person.
But, okay. So you go die alone?
That's what I deserve. That's more than I deserve.
Really? And how did you come up with that?
Because as a kid, I was a terrible person, and I always
Everybody was terrible as kids.
And I feel I feel I let my family down. I felt I didn't deserve. That's the reason I choose not to take a wife. I do not. To me, it was better to live the rest of my pathetic life alone than to take advantage of a woman like that.
Amazing. Okay. Well, I wish you well. Amazing. Right here, the black one. So, have you dated?
Yes.
And what were you looking for in men? Are you still dating?
Yes.
And what are you looking for in men? What do you want?
I don't know. After my last relationship, I really don't know. I just don't know. And before then, I think I had an idea of what it looked like, but I really didn't know what I wanted. I just saw the outside of what I thought is what a woman's supposed to have.
What did you see on the outside that you thought you're supposed to have?
Well, on the outside, I thought I was supposed to have passion and a lot of romance and a strong, manly man.
You thought you were supposed to have his cash or your own?
Before?
Uh-huh.
Before, I thought it was kind of I'm going to have my own things.
Oh, when you said I thought I was supposed to have, you did say cash, right?
Like compassion, passion.
Oh, I see.
And romance.
Oh, okay. And so you would meet these guys and you wanted compassion and what else?
And romance and someone really manly.
And you would meet them and what would happen?
I got the exact opposite.
And what will you do once you find, and you got that from every one of them?
Almost just about in some form.
Wow. And what will you do when you realize you have the same guy, you're picking the same guy over and over and over again? What will you think about that?
Well, I would, it was just a thing of this is obviously something that I'm doing. So I would okay, maybe let me change this part of myself. Maybe I'll attract a different category of man. Or let me do this. And it just kind of trickled down into okay, maybe if I wear my natural hair, I'll do this. It'll attract this kind of guy. Or maybe if I dress this way, because she's dressing that way, she's getting this kind of man, I'll get that kind of man too.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error.
And when you said natural hair, you mean a fro?
Sure,
Oh, you love a long white hair?
Yeah, or just...
Yeah, white girl hair will do it every time.
Well, you think. you think it would, but yeah, just all around the world.
And so you will end up getting the same man every time.
Pretty
in
much.
one way or another.
Yes.
And so, are you still looking?
I don't want to say I'm looking.
Why not? You looking?
Because I'm open, but it's when I say I'm looking, I end up getting something that I don't want.
And what you don't want? What is it that you don't want?
I just don't want what I used to have or had.
Right.
I don't want that.
And are you online too?
No.
Where do you look?
I don't really look. I just kind of go with my first instinct. If I want to go to this art gallery, I'm going to go because I want to go.
And you'll look for a man at the art gallery?
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't look. I'm just saying I just follow my first instinct of if I want to go do something, I'm doing it because I want to go do it.
Right. But so when you're not looking, right? But you're not looking and you're not
right.
looking.
Yes.
So when you're at the art gallery, what now? And so when you're at the art gallery,
yes.
you're looking around while looking at the art.
I'm looking at the art.
What?
I'm looking at the art.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What do you want from a man?
Oh, that's such a loaded question. Someone that's going to make my life easier.
In what way?
Someone that considers me, I guess.
Consider you what?
Someone that just considers my day.
Your what?
Someone that considers my day.
What does that
they
mean?
consider me.
I don't know what that means.
For instance, I don't know if this is a good example, but I'm used to not dealing with anything with my car. Usually with my car.
Okay.
Usually my dad, if I need my oil changed or my brakes, I never deal with that.
Right.
Because my dad always does. he would make my life easier in that aspect, because I don't want to go riding around looking for who's going to do what. I don't want to spend my day like that.
So you looking for a man that would go out and start your car up and change the tires and
Yes.
oil? Well,
Or something like that.
You can hang that up there.
Oh.
That ain't gonna happen. Unless they Google.
Not at all.
No. Well, some guys Google. I know Nick, he's taking, so forget it. Nick, when he worked on his car, he used Google.
Well, at least he's doing it. He's not
Right.
just like, oh, well, you know?
So you want, and what else? Because of time, what else you want from a man?
That's really all I have, is to make my life easier and not make me like crazier.
Oh, amazing. And where do you look? Oh, at the art gallery.
I don't look anywhere. I don't look. I don't look. I don't
okay.
look.
You
I don't
don't
look
look.
anywhere.
Okay, the young man behind you want to respond? And have you dated before?
Of course.
And when you were dating, where did you look and what were you looking for in a woman?
Where did I look?
Uh-huh.
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Sure.
Speak up a little bit into the mic.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And what were you looking for?
The basics.
Meaning?
You know, somebody that I could get along with, somebody that would be fun to hang out with. I wasn't thinking of the future, marriage, none of that. But I also dated way before social media.
Oh.
I got married right before social media took off, and the world is completely different now.
Yeah.
You could walk up to somebody and talk to them. Now women look at you like you're going to attack them.
And so, the person you married, did you marry the right person?
Well, that's a loaded question.
What?
Well, because it depends. Like, if I don't see a scenario where you meet somebody and it's just easy. That doesn't exist. At least I have never seen it.
And why not?
I mean, there's a myriad of reasons why.
Are you happy with the person you're married to now?
No.
You're not?
No.
And so why did you marry her?
Well, because I fell for the idea. Well, I was pretty old. I was a lot older, actually. Because I was just having fun in life. And then I started getting pressure from my mother. She said, you know, it'd be nice to have grandchildren someday.
Wow.
Yeah, I fell for that. And then I said, okay, maybe, well, this girl's got a degree, she's smart. All these things that I thought, I didn't care so much about the compatibility. I was just looking for somebody that I could at least have kids with that would be responsible enough. That
Just to
would be,
please grandma.
yeah, I fell for it. But then again, you know, the thing about once you're married, it's too late now. So now you got to make it work. So you go through hell.
Trying to make it work.
Then you get separated. And then that separation time, if you use it right, if you use it well, and thank God the world has changed for better in a lot of ways, because if it was easy, I probably would have got distracted and moved to some country with somebody like I used to do.
You to move from one country to another to be with a woman?
Yeah, you could meet people on planes, and they have apartments in Paris, and you could stay there for a little while.
What a mess.
Yeah, but that was the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
But now, because the world isn't really set up that way.
Are you still married?
Legally, yeah. I'm in California. You can't get divorced here.
But you're not with her?
Not really. I mean, I'm involved with her because we have children.
Right.
But if you're not going to have children, don't get married, by the way.
I was going to ask you, would you ever get married again?
Absolutely not. In this state, you have to be crazy. This is the worst contract you can sign.
How about if you moved to Chicago, would you get married?
That's another blue state.
How about Paris?
Even worse.
How about China?
Well, that's a communist country, so.
Well, then you might well give it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Okay. Right here. You dated? She looks so nice and innocent, huh? Have you dated before?
I have.
You have?
Long time ago. Yeah.
Long time ago. And so when you were dating, you dated a lot?
A lot.
Mean like many men?
No.
1, 2, 3.
No.
No. And when you were dating, what were you looking for, and where did you look?
I was looking for someone to be married to so I can stay at
Speak
home
into the mic.
and raise children. I wanted to have kids. That's
So
why.
as a young person, a young lady, you knew you wanted to marry someone to stay home and have children?
Yeah.
Really? And did that happen?
Yes.
And that's what you're doing now?
Mhm.
Oh, nice. How long did it take you to find the guy you were looking for?
Well, I met him in junior high school. We went to school together, and then 10 years later, he walked into the store I was working at. So we just connected and started dating and got married.
And are you happy with him?
Yeah, I am now.
That means no.
No,
Why aren't you
we
happy with him now? What is it that you realize about him that you didn't realize before you married him?
We're still married, but
Right.
we live separate. We live in separate homes. We're separated,
Oh,
but we get along great.
I bet you do. You're not.
No, we do.
You will get along better in a separate house.
Yes.
What, and without going too personal at all, what was disappointing about him to you? You didn't realize it was that way. He was that way.
Drinking.
Drinking?
Yes.
You didn't know that before you married him?
Actually, I did, but I thought once we get married and have kids, things will change.
Really? Why did you think things would change?
Because I thought the kids, bring responsibilities and,
Oh.
you become more responsible
You
when you
listened
have
to the
children.
devil, huh?
I'm sorry?
You were listening to the devil.
My
the
whole
devil
life.
said, marry him, you can make him better. He would get married with children. He would stop drinking, right?
Well, that's what I thought happens, when you get married and
Right.
things just...
Would you ever get married again?
Yes.
You would. And are you online?
Oh, right now? No, I'm not dating.
When you're done
I'm
with
still
this,
married to...
once you get rid of him, divorce him, would you ever marry again?
No.
You would never marry again?
No, why should I? I wanted to have kids. I have kids. I have grandkids. I'm very happy.
Right on.
And
Nice.
he's a great guy. I'm not complaining. I'm
Right,
very
he
blessed.
is great in a separate house.
Well, you know what? But we're together like 4 or 5 days a week because we work together.
Oh.
And it's working out great.
Amazing. Thank you. That's amazing. Would you like men to romance you?
Yes.
And she's black. And why?
Because, I know it's so, it could be so empty in a way, but I do think that it's nice. It's a nice pleasantry, I think. I just think it's nice.
Okay.
You've never done that? You've never
I was
romanced
dating,
a
I
lady?
used to do that. I totally understand. I regret it now. I
So,
was blind.
so in an alpha way, how can you romance a woman?
By not romancing her.
Wow. So
Wow.
what would that look like?
Beautiful.
How would she know you're interested?
Because I told her.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Well, that's it.
Nice.
I don't know where I've been.
Alessa, have you dated before?
Yeah.
And where did you look, and what were you looking for in a man?
Well, this is like high school kind of stuff and
Right.
a little bit after, so I didn't really know what I was looking for. But one thing that I did learn after the fact, 100%, was that I didn't know how to not make it too important to me.
Right.
That's it would blind me completely. And so after I learned a couple lessons, I realized that that's the last thing I want to do, is to make something else or someone else too important. And so there's a space that's created there that I think is one of the most awesome and beautiful things about dating now, that it's possible to create space because you're still two separate people.
And so,
in a
but
way.
when you were dating, and before you started to work on yourself, what did you want from guys?
I had like the traditional example of like my parents, so I thought that like you're supposed to date and then get married and then have like a family, like the more traditional thing.
Right.
And even though it was kind of high schooly and kind of like I was young, I still, even in those days, kind of like wanted that. And so because that was always in the back of my mind,
Right.
I didn't know how to not make that like I didn't know how to like not burn that into the back of my mind.
And where would you look for guys?
It would just happen like at school.
Just at school?
Mhm.
Not outside of school?
No.
Oh, amazing. What do you want from guys now?
To not make them too important, really. To just
Not to make them too
Yeah,
important?
that's pretty much it. Like to
And how do you not make guys that important to you?
well, by like focusing on myself really and having everything else kind of just happen naturally, like almost parallel to my own life.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it kind of just happens next to me as it goes on.
And do you like being romanced?
Not particularly.
How about before you start working on it? Did you like it?
I liked feeling kind of at the center, I guess, when I was a younger. I liked knowing that I was like the one for them, even though it wasn't the case. I thought that I was like, oh, this is my person, and this is it.
Oh.
And that's all that that's all I really cared about or thought about. And
I didn't really romance girls too much because I was too cheap. Really, I was so cheap. And if they asked me to take them out somewhere, I would not take them because I thought they just want my money. And then if I would take them out, I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money at all. I was just cheap like my dad. My dad was very cheap, right? And so for some reason I took on that. And I remember I told you this before when I was dating in high school. One time this girl asked me for a nickel to buy some bubble gum from the machine. And I broke up with her because I thought she was taking my money. Isn't that amazing?
you know,
That's
I
right.
used to
So I've been very cheap when it comes to
It's
spending money.
funny
like
about
that.
romancing. Like I used to think the gifts were like weird. I used to think like if I would get little gifts or like a little trinket or something,
Yeah.
I always kind of in the back of my mind thought like, why? What did I do to deserve? Like why? Why are
Nice.
you giving me this stuff?
I never bought flour for. I bought flour for my aunt one time. I was living out here. I felt so bad about it later. There were some Mexicans on the end of the freeway. You know what I mean? And they were selling these flowers. It was like her birthday or something. I was like, let me get her some flowers. And when I bought them, I'm like, why did I buy these flowers? And then when I'm taking them over there, I'm like, I feel like throwing these things out. And I gave it to her, and I felt bad. I don't know why. I was just cheap, I think. Have you dated a lot?
Yeah.
And you have?
Yes.
And where did you look, and what were you looking for in a woman?
Sex, good times, good sensations, pleasure. And I think mostly just my life, but I was in school for a long time, university, so that was probably the most, and any activities like offshoots from that, parties or events.
And at the time, you knew that's all you wanted was good times.
Yeah, it was very, very immature up until a point where I started realizing that that's what I was looking for, and I never had in my mind that I wanted to get married or kids. So it was pretty short-sighted, but I would get with girls, and if I would make it a girlfriend and a longer-term thing, I never thought that it would end. I never thought there would be a breakup at the end of it. It was like my parents are still together, and I always thought that the girlfriends that I had at the time, like this is a lifetime girlfriend,
Right.
even if I didn't think.
I know what you
kids
mean. That's a very good point. Whenever I dated, I never thought I was going to break up with a woman.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to last forever.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so painful when it would break up, because I never thought it was going to end.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Thanks.
And so are you married now?
No.
Have you been married?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you plan to get married?
No.
No. And why
I have
not?
a girlfriend.
Oh, you have a girlfriend. And how did you find her? If you
Just
could say.
living. I mean, I had met her. I collaborated with someone I had a business relationship with, and he had some online platform, and so he invited me as a guest, and she was one of his students. It was like a real estate thing. And so she found me, and then we found each other on social media, and just went from there. I was teaching online also, and so she became a student. I was with another girl at the time, and so it just kind of developed from there. At some point, I was not with that other girl, and she, proclaimed a love and devotion towards me, and I accepted it, and we built a relationship from that.
And so how's it now?
It's good.
It is? Amazing. Do you plan on getting married? You get married? Get him? No?
No,
Does she know that?
Yes.
She know you're never going to marry her?
Yes.
And she's okay with that?
She never objects. There's no indication that she's not anything but okay with that.
And she doesn't want children or anything?
I think if I did, she would. I wouldn't say that she has no inclination towards that, but
Right.
she is obedient. She's under me. She follows my lead, and she is my helper in life.
What's the point of being with her if you don't want children?
As my helper, I see her as my helper and my.
What does that mean?
Like she's there to serve me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I am a very ambitious and purposeful guy, and she knows that if I was married, I'm married to my purpose in life and what I'm doing, and so she's there as a complement to what I need, and then we grow both in life as individuals and together, and so it's a companionship, but I'm on my purpose. If it was taking away from what I'm doing, I wouldn't be with her.
You wouldn't? No. If she stopped being your help with your purpose, you would dump her?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you better call Joelle's show tomorrow.
She's probably watching right now, too.
Hey, yes. Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with her? Is she like...
No, I don't think so.
What's wrong with her? Why would she accept that?
Well, if I was going to rationalize it, it'd be like what everybody here is saying. The dating market sucks. Guys suck. It's really the best option, I think, on earth for her as far as mating and dating.
Lord,
but, and it may sound...
Not George, Lord.
I mean, it may sound pompous or self...
It does.
But,
It sounds insane.
I mean, she's welcome to go and try. And if she can find better, I would want her. If she can find better, I would want her to have better.
So she is aware that you would take it or leave it. She can go or stay.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's why she stayed. Yep. Because you know that you don't care if she left or not.
Yeah.
You make her cook and iron and clean and do everything around the house?
Yeah. Everything.
And you make her work too?
She does have a job, and I'm looking to get my condition in a place where she doesn't have to work.
And you just go back home at the end of the day and sit on the couch and watch TV and smoke a cigar?
We don't live together. She has her own place. I live with
that's
friends.
better.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this. Okay. And you're all happy, huh?
Like I said, I'm married to my purpose, and I grow.
What's your purpose?
It's just what I do. I spread education, and I have a lifestyle that is, I teach about my lifestyle and friendship and communication and things like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm learning from you, and so I feel I'm exposing a lot of people also to what you share and teach, and I'm growing on this path as well. So it's a really blessed life. I feel very good about it, and I know I'm not where I want to be in this, in a 3D, world kind of thing.
And where do you want to be?
I want to have that car and that house and this and that. I'm not like so pulled by it that like I miss the moment, but I see, I have ambitions to grow and expand.
Really? Mm-hmm. And why are you so ambitious?
I think it's my nature.
That's your nature to be ambitious?
Yeah.
Really? Go ahead.
I feel as if it was given to me to have dominion over the creation, and it's my right to use my intelligence and my imagination to create a better world. And if I'm really good, then I should win in the economic marketplace and the intellectual marketplace. Like, I want to see where I'm at, and I see that God created life, and it's very honest with you. It's an illusion, but like if to win, you're a winner. Like winning is a reality. So I like winning, and I'm a force for good. So I want to.
You're a force for
goodness to
good?
win. Yeah.
How old are you?
38.
Oh. Were you like did you belong to the, what, Jehovah's Witness church or something before?
I was raised in the Catholic Church.
Oh,
Roman
the Pope.
Catholic, but I left that. Yeah, with the Pope, right? I left that maybe like 18 or 19. I was
Wow.
really disillusioned by that, and then I went
Yeah.
through all kinds of, a whole cycle of learning.
Do you know that God don't want you to be ambitious, and that because you are ambitious, you're never going to win at nothing? What do you think about that? God did not create you to be ambitious at all. And you're thinking you're going to win, but you're not. Disagree with me.
I don't disagree.
So why don't you drop being ambitious? Because all the stuff you just said is insanity. You got all these crazy ideas in your head, and you think you're going to win, and you're losing.
Well, I know I need to contemplate kind of what you're saying and like process it. My first inclination to say is that I'm using those words to describe kind of how I move through life.
Right.
I don't see myself pulled to achieve something on the outside. I feel like I have the ability and a connection to teachers and to God that I should put it out there. And I feel
If you are ambitious, you have no connection to God. Zero. Because if you had connection to God, you would not be ambitious. He wouldn't even allow you to be ambitious.
I see that.
Did your parents tell you? How did you become, because of time, what made you decide to be ambitious? Well, white people, are you white?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, white people like that anyway. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's the wrong question.
Conquerors,
Yeah. Okay. Now I understand.
Yeah, I was raised as an athlete and very competitive, and winning
Yeah.
was important. And Dad was a military man, and winning was a thing. And I've definitely had to let go of a lot of things that were not in my control. I can't control the playing field. I'm just doing what I have abilities for and what I have inclinations towards.
What would happen if you stopped trying to be ambitious? Stop being ambitious. What would happen to you?
I think I would just live and do what's in front of me and do my best, and I would be at peace.
You don't know that for sure, but let's assume that's true. Why not do that?
I feel I've misspoken because I think that's what I do.
You got a woman that's a slave, and you are ambitious. That's not what you're doing. But we'll come back to it. Sure. Just suffer for now.
Okay, thanks.
And die. Did you date a lot at one point?
Yes.
Are you still dating?
Yes.
Okay. And so where do you look, and what are you looking for in a woman?
I look in strip clubs for women, and I don't really look for anything. For me, my whole life's path has been that. My job is...
When you were looking for them, what were you looking for?
And originally, it was just no awareness of that. But through...
When you said no awareness, you didn't know what you were looking for in a woman?
No, just living life and loving women. That was it.
Really? And so you're still dating, you say. And what are you looking for in a woman now?
I'm not really looking for anything. It happens when I see a woman and I feel what I feel, and then we just move forward through conversation and.
And why are you dating now?
Because I love women.
What?
I love women.
You love them?
Yeah.
Meaning what?
The way I love living life with whatever I do, I like to share that with people, and I love beautiful women. I don't know if there's any man who doesn't.
And so you love them. How do you love them?
Well, this is the thing. Right now we're speaking, and this would be a whole show with me. I have multiple women.
You have multiple?
Yes, right. I have multiple relationships. I've been with the first girl for 19 years.
Are you a Muslim?
Nope.
So you
and I have spoken about this. I called you on Skype to tell you about this, if you look back. That's right.
And so you date, at one time you have multiple women?
I still do. I still do.
And why? Why not just one?
Why just one?
Right.
No, I'm asking you, why just one?
No, that's not how you're supposed to answer a question.
Well, I don't know, because I'm going with what is inside of me. So I can't answer you why more than one when that's what it is. It's like saying, why have the cheesecake and not that? It's just what it is for me. I haven't sat there to think about it. I don't think that, when I look at my life, I'm fully fulfilled. My women are fulfilled. It's 100% honesty. The people that people study me, this is what I do. And their lives get better. Their women's lives get better. This gentleman, he did misspeak. We're not ambitious.
But why, do you have perfect peace?
Yes, I do.
So if you have perfect peace, why do you need more than one?
I don't need more than one.
Then why be with more than one? And how is it fair to...
That's a question I ask God every night.
By you being the head of the woman, men
That's
are
right.
the head of the woman.
Of the women.
How is it being fair that you have more than one? How are you being fair to the one you have?
And what do you mean by fair?
Treat her the way a man should treat a woman.
And what is that?
In the right way. You don't know what that is?
I do, but I'm doing it.
How are you doing that with multiple women, man? What the?
Because I'm doing it right.
Are you black?
Maybe down there? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm Persian.
Oh,
but that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. No. That's that. No. See, no. Here's the thing, right? If somebody comes and listens to you, they're gonna misjudge you in the beginning, but they're gonna have to take time to see what's going on with you. It's the same thing with me. And so it's not going to happen in a conversation like this, because whatever I say is going to be misjudged. However, everyone, men and women, are going to feel my truth.
Really?
You know, absolutely. I know they do. There's without a doubt.
Do you romance women?
If it's my nature to do it, yes. Sometimes no. I mean, it just depends. There's not a set rule here. There's just, as I'm doing right now, communicating the truth that's here right now. So it resolves what it does.
I have to hear your truth again, but I got to be moving forward.
Absolutely. That's what I know.
Very shocking.
Well, we have to do a show, and that's what's going to happen. That's what I knew, because it's changing the world.
It's not shocking, because I've interviewed guys I know.
Sure.
Especially Muslim guys, they love more than one.
But that's not what it is at all. They're
that's
not
what
my...
they say too.
What's that?
That's what they say too.
Right, but just like you're the Bible and Christian, but it's not like any other place, anywhere we go. That's why we travel here every 2 weeks is to watch you, because I've learned so much by watching you.
Okay. I want to come back because
for sure.
I hate it. Do you have more than one too?
No.
How many you have?
I don't have one right now.
Oh.
No.
And when you date, you've dated before, right?
Yeah, I dated before, yeah.
And when you date, what did you look for in women?
What I look for? I mean, it was just, I looked for girls who were like interested in what I was interested in, like music and just like having a good time, like basically that.
Really?
Yeah.
And so when you're dating, in your mind, you think, I'm looking for a woman that like music.
Well, likes to will complement my lifestyle, basically.
Will complement your music.
Like music and all the activities I like doing.
And if she didn't like it, you didn't want to be with her?
That's a good question. I mean, if the thing is, if she liked me for that, like, cause I was actually doing my what I'm doing,
right?
Then I'm like, I'll accept her for, of course. She doesn't have to like music per se, no. But I mean, if she can find a way to contribute to my lifestyle, then I would like to actually invest in her too.
Do you? And so you look in the music world for a woman? Where do you look?
I mean, I look online, like.
Oh, yeah. You a millennial?
Huh?
You a millennium?
Yeah, I'm born 95, yeah.
That's a millennial, hey? 95? Oh, so you're online dating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever found the right woman online before?
I have not.
And why do you keep looking online?
Well, I keep looking online because, I mean, I go online and also I go to like clubs as well. But online, I mean, because for me, like, I have a very busy lifestyle, like from morning till day. So whenever I get
Is that him, huh? Are you ambitious?
Am I ambitious?
Are you ambitious?
I'm expressive. I won't say I'm ambitious. No.
What?
Like I'm like creatively expressive. Yeah, like I like to do creative stuff. Like, yeah, and that's what I like to do.
Oh, like to create stuff.
Yeah, I love like creating stuff,
Like
like
art
recording
or
stuff.
music?
Like, well, it's art. You know.
Oh, okay.
Art. Just this
All right.
can be described as art, basically.
I'm out of time, but I got to tell you this. So thank you, man. I want you guys hold it. I'm gonna get to y'all one day. All right. But what I want you to know, and I promise you this without a doubt, for the men and women, you're never gonna find the woman that you're looking for, or the man that you're looking for. It ain't gonna happen. There's a principle, there's a rule that if you don't follow it, every man, every woman you get with will always be wrong. It will never be right. I don't care if you go online, if you go, and I wrote down some of the places I'll ask people, where do you find these people? I don't care if you go online, go to church, go to parties, events, Target, because they said they meet them at Target too. At work, at play, or somebody refer them to you, I promise you, you would never, ever, ever find the right person. It ain't gonna happen. And I don't care if you get married and you're married for 60 years, it still would be the wrong person. And you would never get along, it would never work, and you would never have peace with that person, and they would never have peace with you. There is a principle that says, seek first the kingdom of God and his right way, and all things will be added unto you. And God is better at picking a mate for you than you are for yourself, than online dating is, or any other place. And because you have not put that first, you're pretending that you are, but you're not. You're like, oh, I'm observing. Yeah, you're observing, is there a man or woman out there for you? But as long as you put that first, looking for something else, a woman or money or whatever, right? You would never know God and you would never have perfect peace. You need to, I recommend you unlearn everything you've learned about life. It has all been wrong. You're not supposed to be running around here wanting to date. You're not supposed to be wanting to get married. You're not supposed to be wanting the S word. You're not supposed to be trying to fulfill yourself with anything or anyone. God will do that for you if you put the principle of seeking first the kingdom. It's a rule, and it ain't nothing else going to work but that. Now, Satan will deceive you, and the world have taught you that, oh, you're supposed to grow up, you're supposed to date, you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to have children, you're supposed to have this kind of job, you're supposed to have that. And you've been trying to live up to that, and it's never going to work. It ain't going to work. You have to, in order to become a whole person and a real man or a real woman, you must be spiritual. And you don't know what that means, so don't go in your head about that. All right? Because right away you're going to think, oh, I'm spiritual. No, you're not. If you think you're spiritual, you're not. I promise you that. If you want the right person in your life, you shouldn't even want it. It's abnormal to even want it. That means something is wrong with you, something is missing if you want it. And if you want it, you're going to deceive yourself, but you'll go out looking for it while pretending that you're not. You're not supposed to be ambitious. An ambitious person is an evil person. They think they know what they want. And everything you get, you think you're winning, but you're losing. You're not winning at all. There is nothing to win. Only a lost person think that there's something to win. And ladies, you should not want to be, what is it that you say you do to them? Romance. A person that's romancing you is a weak person. They would never make for a good husband or father to your children. And the problem that in society today, around the world, because I talk to people all around the world that have the same problem, that men are mama's boys, and every time a woman get with you, they are disappointed that you can't lead them, that you have to ask the woman, oh, what restaurant do you want to go to? if you're going out to eat, and she's like, I don't know, wherever you want to go. No, where you want to go? Well, you can't even make a decision, and the woman is disappointed that you cannot make a decision. But when she was dating you, she thought that you could, and she was hoping that you would. She didn't know she was married a mama's boy because she's judging you from the outside, and because she's not working on herself, she doesn't know what she's getting. And the guy thinking that he's going to go, a church woman. A guy called the show the other day. He went to church, he got one, caught hell from a woman at church. You're not supposed to be, I recommend, do what you want. Really. At this point, never think about a man or a woman again. Don't even think about them. You're not supposed to be thinking about anything but returning to the Father. You're only supposed to be working on your spirituality, not even religion. There's nothing good in religion. You have to become whole by becoming spiritual, and don't even try to be spiritual. Don't worry about it next Sunday tell me you're spiritual. Because spirituality is nothing you can think about. There's no thinking in it at all. There's no plan in it. There's no wanting in it. There's no need in it. There's no loneliness in it. There's nothing in it but life. And life in the fullness. You got to stop thinking. You're thinking all thoughts are all wrong all the time about anything. That's why these things don't work, because you're getting them from your imagination, and you've been taught that from birth. Your parents teach you that, your teachers teach you that, your friends teach you that, the preachers teach you that, and they take you away from consciousness, real consciousness. They set you up to fail, and that's why nothing works. You're not supposed to spend 1 ounce of a time trying to make a relationship work. A real relationship that put together by God doesn't require you to do anything for it. It will happen naturally. The Father will lead you. It will happen naturally. You shouldn't be wanting for this. That's why it's not working. And let me see what else they told me that's real bad. You don't love them. People who get married, they're not getting married in love. They're getting married in hate. And they call it love. That's why it doesn't work. Now that you think you love one another, as soon as the preacher tells you, okay, you can kiss the bride, all hell starts. Now you got to work overtime to try to make it work. You're trying to make it work. Don't you know that life will work on its own when you give up trying to make it work? Why don't you know that? You got to let go. You got to surrender. Surrender to the Father, and He will make everything work. He's your Father. Think about that. But don't compare Him to your earthly father. He is your Father. He loves you, men and women, boys and girls, and He will make your life work. He sent His Son, that His Son may die so that you may be free. Why would He want you to be free but yet give you misery? Think about that. Why would He give you the wrong woman or the wrong man into your life and then cause you to do the same thing to your children? You have been bought and paid for, and you're free, but you don't know it because you still believe thoughts. It's enough to get up and go to work. It's enough to have a talent, but you don't need to be ambitious about it. You just do it, and it works. You don't need to get an ego thing about it at all. And you will enjoy it better because our purpose in life is to return to the Father. Our purpose is not to build a house. Our purpose is not to be online telling folks what to do. Our purpose is to return to the Father. And then He's made it possible so that we can take care of ourselves on earth. He's giving you the thoughts to buy a meal, to buy a house, to whatever, right? But you don't live by that. The thoughts that you get about what you want to eat come from him. They don't come from you. And the thoughts about being one with him come from him. You don't need to be ambitious. You don't need to be competing with anyone. You don't need to be doing any of that thing. If you want peace, you will have a life that will be amazing. There are no words to it. But you got to die from this life that you're living. It's a mess. You're living in hell. It's hell that you're living in. To be looking for love and to be online. How does it make sense to go online and pay online to look for somebody? What are they going to tell you? Oh, here I am. I'm an offer person. You want to go on a date? I'm going to give you hell. Let's go on a date. They're not going to tell you that. You're going to go to church looking for a man or a woman. What that Christian woman going to tell you? Okay, let's go to, we can date. I love the Lord. Or is she going to tell you, I'm the devil in this Bible? She's not going to tell you that. The ego won't let you be that honest. That's why you can't be free. You can't be honest with yourself. Stop looking. Stop thinking about women and men. Ladies, stop thinking about men, because the devil's going to make you get the wrong one. You can't fool the devil and you can't fool God. The devil tell you, oh, hide, pretend you're this, pretend you're that, pretend you're this, and you'll do it. And then when the woman get with you, she'll find out that's not what it was. And you're going to find out about her, that's not what it was. Stop thinking about those things. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. You don't need to be arguing with anyone. Stop arguing with anyone about anything. Don't prove anything to anyone. The biblical question was, what's the biblical question?
I wasn't here. I don't know.
What's the biblical question? Baby. Mr. Ambitious.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week. Didn't watch the show.
Oh, I don't remember either. What's the biblical question about?
Why do you want the approval from others?
Yeah, say it again in the mic.
Why do you want the approval from others?
Yeah, from anyone.
Or anyone.
And you say?
I think because I'm blind, I'm lost. I'm looking for something to make me feel better about myself. So I don't like myself. So I don't seek that anymore. But when I did, it was because I wanted something to give me a feeling. I guess I wanted a thrill.
Yeah. The young man in front of you, why do you want the approval of anyone else?
Oh, I don't really. I kind of want the opposite of that. It's not really a good idea either.
So
like,
now
I just want to be able to do my own thing and win, and I don't care. Like, I get happy if people don't like it, but that's not a good idea either.
And when you say you want to win, what is it that you want to win?
I want to be able to do what's my dream and what's my vision.
And why don't you just do it?
I am.
Oh, okay. Amazing. This your first time here?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Kai.
Kai?
Kai, yeah.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Thank you.
Any questions about anything?
No.
Okay, welcome. Do y'all understand that all thoughts are all lies, and you should not want the approval from anyone? Anyone, no one. I don't care if it's the president mama, or your mama, your daddy, your husband, your wife, or anyone, your children. The only reason you want it is because in your mind, you have created a false illusion about that person. That's the only reason you want it. And now you blame them that you did that. But now you got to live up to, you create this image of this person, and they may not even be feeling that way, but you're thinking that way about them. And now you're trying to live up to the image to them. Try to please them. I wish I was that way. And those people are no different than you. I don't care how many degrees, where they live, how much money, what color they are, male or female. They have the same problem. They are no different than you. They cry at night. They have more than one woman. What the?
Not like me, though.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, you should not, we're all the same. Some are working on overcoming and others are not. So stop looking for the approval of anyone. And the way you stop doing it is simply be aware that you are doing it. Don't try to make yourself not do it. Because if you make yourself not do it, you're going to get deeper into it. And then you're going to find other people to worship. Right? Do not do that. You treat everybody the same because we are all the same. It's just some people are working on themselves and some are not. But don't put anyone on a pedestal. I don't care who it is. Don't do it. All right? So as far as only seek the kingdom of God, if you ain't doing that first, you with the wrong person. And you're going to always be with the wrong person because you went in there and you thought you saw what you didn't see. And when you get married, you find out. Now you got to work overtime to try to make it work. And I know people who are married 50, 60, and 70 years, and they're miserable. The man's still trying to please the woman, and she can never be satisfied. And then she hates him for his weakness, and they fight. And they have children, and the children are messed up. It goes on from there. You got it wrong. Only seek the kingdom of God in his right way. That's all you need to be doing. Go to work, earn a living. You were made to do that. But seek the Father, and all things will be added. God is better at picking someone for you than you are for yourself. Really. He knows more about romance than you do. And he never bought flowers for anyone. All right? So trust the Father. Trust truth. Don't pretend like you're trusting it. Don't deceive yourself. Trust it. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So stop thinking of them, and if the other devils want to think about men and women getting together, let them think about it. Don't you do it. You just seek the kingdom. See those thoughts and emotions and overcome them. All right? Now, if you don't want to take that, don't take that advice. You like your hell, stay in your hell. Really, stay in your hell. Brand new biblical question. What is a hake?
Concerning race.
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on.
Thanks. Concerning race, which color would you choose to be right?
Concerning race, which color would you choose to be right? White? Who said white? You didn't mic. You said white?
Yeah, 1,000%.
What?
Well, American more than anything. I don't know if it's race, but
race is not American, man.
But I'd rather be white because
I mean, not color. What?
White.
And you Mexican, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be black.
Black.
Yeah.
And why? Right here. Why? And you Mexican?
No, I'm Persian.
Oh, you're Persian.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to be black.
Really?
Yeah.
And why?
You guys got so much drama going on, it would be fun. You know, I fixed my life, so I want to fix it again. There's just so much going on for black people.
What? So much going on for the black?
It just looks fun to be black.
Really?
I mean, I love who I am, but if it's to answer
right.
it, black would be fun. Question. I wouldn't want to be Indian. I wouldn't want to be Native American. Indian would be cool, kind of, you know? Anything that has like some kind of like strength in it, like.
What color would you choose to be right?
Oh, black.
Black?
Yeah.
And why black?
Because I'm black.
Oh, you black?
No, yeah.
How about you? Let me ask another black guy. Which would you choose to be right if you had a choice of color concerning race?
I'll just say black.
Black?
Yeah.
And why black?
I mean, I enjoy being black.
You do?
Yeah.
What's fun about it?
I mean, I don't really have any issues with it. It's just cool. It's cool.
So, speak up for me.
I don't really have any issues with it. It's cool. Like, it's a vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one do you say he black?
Is this a real question?
It's a biblical question for next week.
There's no color. I don't understand the question.
If you had concerning
No,
race,
I understand.
which one would you choose to be right?
I think it's just, well, I don't think it's a good question.
You don't think it's a good question?
Right.
Amazing.
Just
Which
'cause
would you
it's-
say, Anchor Baby?
I don't quite understand it. That's my thing. I'm just personally don't. When you're saying which color do you choose?
This would be a juicy question.
I just don't even quite understand it. I don't know if you're
Okay.
saying like, do I get to pick a race and then snap my fingers and they'll be right, or are
Okay.
you saying?
I can't answer till next Sunday.
No, you gotta at least give us that. We gotta at least be able to think about this.
Right, you got a whole week to think about it. Derek, which would you choose to be right? If you concerning race, which would you choose to be right?
I don't know. Black, I guess.
Black? Why black?
Because I'm black. And that's right.
The young man, the green girl. You say?
I gotta clarify because I'm confused. When you say choose to be right, meaning you think that that particular race is right, so you're choosing them to change the world and make it their way?
Concerning race, which one would you choose to be right?
I changed my answer.
Too late.
Who I want to be in the next life, it'll be fun to be.
Yeah, right.
No, I wouldn't choose black people to be right.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. What the? Which one would you choose?
I still don't understand the question, so I
Okay.
can't answer it.
Joel, when I did this question, you know who I first thought of right away?
Who?
The lady in the brown jacket. Which one would you choose to be right?
What rhymes with right?
Oh, God. Which one
Definitely
would
not.
you choose to be right?
White.
White? And why white?
Why not?
Are you white?
Yes.
And why white?
Why white? Why not? Just a simple on a
That's not an
simple on
answer.
a simple level. Just why not?
So you choose white, all right?
I just choose white.
Okay, the young lady right here want to answer, then the guy in the back. And then I got to end this. Which one would you choose to be right?
Honestly, when you asked that question, I literally, what his answer was like, yes, I would too. I would want to be black.
You want to be
But,
black?
I mean, yeah, right. But
I
I'm
didn't know
not.
some of
That's
you
not.
want-
But I
Is it for
wouldn't.
DEI?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
So you would choose black to be right?
Yes. Not to be right though.
But that's what
just
the question
for the fun
is.
of it.
The question
Yeah.
is, and I repeat,
It's okay to be.
concerning race,
I'm gonna
which
smoke
one
on that,
would you
Jesse.
choose to be right?
I'm gonna smoke on that.
Okay.
Oh, before I say the wrong and people try to come for me, which I really
Oh,
can
they're
care
coming
less.
for you.
I know, but I can care less. I'm gonna smoke on it.
Okay.
But honestly, his first response, I was like, yeah, me too, for fun. But I'm just gonna leave it here, and we'll talk about this next Sunday.
Okay, two more people that I got to end it. The young man right in front of you first, Joe. Which one would you choose to be right?
Well, biblical question deserves a biblical answer. So we were made in the image and likeness of our Creator.
That's
So-
not the question.
But I don't understand even the question in general. So that's where I couldn't really give that. But to say that God is not partial.
That's not the question.
So yeah, then I couldn't give an answer to that question without more depth of the question.
Nice. The young man way in the back, Joe. Which
So-
one would you choose to be right?
So the original
This is an
question
amazing
is.
question, huh? I'm so excited.
So the original question is concerning race. Which color would you consider to be right?
That's not the
No.
question. Concerning race.
Concerning race, right?
Which one would you choose to be right?
Oh, yeah. I thought I heard like which color would you
You
consider
thought I
to be
lit.
white? Okay, but most people would choose white.
We're not talking about most people.
Yeah, white.
Concerning color, which one would
Yeah.
you choose
See,
to
concerning
be
color, yeah, that's what I
Which
thought.
one
Yeah.
would you choose to be right?
Well, within every race, there's different shades. So
We
which
know all
the
that.
white would yes.
Which one would you choose
The
to
white.
be right?
The white.
And you're messing, right?
my parents are from Mexico, and I'm a result of 4 generations of being
No,
watered
but
down.
why would you choose white to be right?
Because it is. It's just how it is.
Okay. Amazing.
You know, my great grandfather was an Indian, like the Mexican
My
Indians are
father
short.
married into Cherokee.
And I don't know how he got a white woman.
My
And then
mother
his son got a
people
white woman,
were
and then my dad
ashamed
got a
of
white
me.
one. So, and I'm the result of that.
Well,
So
mess,
white.
huh? The young lady want to respond real fast. There's so many hands, I'm out of time. No, the young lady in the back, the black one. Which one would you choose to be right?
None of them.
What?
None.
And why not?
Because no race is right.
That's amazing. Where you been? Nice, thank you. Yes, sir. Which one would you choose to be right?
Asians.
And why Asian? Nice.
Because they're peaceful, non-threatening. I don't feel like any tension when I'm on a subway with them.
Okay.
And they got great food.
I think, did I see your hair? In the green shirt? Oh, in the back, yeah.
At least as far as I've heard, as far as I think, black probably because, at least as far as I've heard, statistically, black people have had less slaves than all the other races.
They have
and
what?
Less slaves.
Black people had less slaves?
Yeah, but also...
You haven't been talking to Big Bum, huh?
But
You
also,
need to listen to the
I
hate
guess
report.
I picked the loser in life probably would be the winner, ultimately.
So, but you would choose the blacks to be right?
Yes, they lose the most. We therefore win the most, I guess, if I'm doing this game.
Amazing, huh? Last word. Which one would you choose to be right?
The extraterrestrial alienated race.
I'm sorry.
The test tube babies.
I'm out of time. That is the biblical question for next week. All right? It's a doozy. And you're going to be stunned at the right answer. Really. So think about it. No meetings this week. Check out the shows. My show at 6 a.m., The Hake Report at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Join us Friday, you black, at 11 a.m. and the American Anchor Baby at 12, right? Amazing. And thank you for your super chats. We'll read them tomorrow. Listen, stop thinking. Stop thinking so you could be free. God did not create you to think. You're wasting your time. But do what you want. Live in your hell or be free. You could be free. You could walk out of that cell right now and just be free. But you got to want it and do it. All right? Thank you all for tuning in. Work on yourself, do the silent prayer, and watch. This year, stay present. All right? Thank you all. Thank you all. That was amazing today. Amazing. So.